can't ever get the cue right. He just freaked me out with the cue again. That's 2 days in a row. Oh, Jesus, and then I almost knocked over my coat. We're off and running. It is day 5 of the Jeff Dubay Show. We are live at Devil's Advocate, which is just a fantastic place that, I'm not going to lie to you, I didn't know existed until we started to do this gig, and I'm glad I found it because it's fantastic. It is on 10th and Marquette. It's about a half a block from the local, so I mean, it is right in the heart of things. I mean, there's a Twins game tonight. So, I mean, for those of you listening live, and I know not many do, it's a podcast, so don't worry about it. It doesn't make you a bad person. It's really the intent of the thing, for you to be able to listen at your leisure. But for those of you who do listen live, hell of a place to stop in for a ball game. I mean, it really kind of got moving here in the last 10, 15 minutes. As my guest co-host Jason will attest to here momentarily. I mean, this place was pretty much empty 15 minutes ago. I think I'm talking into the mic.
No, you're not. You're talking there to the top.
Really?
Yep.
All right. But I mean, it's packed right now. I mean, it's pretty much packed. I just ate. I try to eat before the show, well, because I hate getting my food and then not being able to eat it. But I always want to have something, to talk about that is Devil's Advocate related. And today I had something called coastal poutine. I mean, it was basically, for the layman, it was cheese fries covered in lobster bisque with a couple of crab cakes. It was amazing. I mean, it was ridiculous. It was cold shower good. I mean, I'm going to go home and take a cold shower. It was that good. I mean, if I could have rolled around in it, I would have. Yeah, I mean, it was. I mean, I've never had anything like it. I didn't know what it was, so I went up to Eric Forsberg, the owner, and I just said, let's make a recommendation. Either that, or we'll put the menu on the wall and I'll throw a dart. And he just guided me right into something that I would have never picked up on or figured out. We'll have Eric on here eventually, probably tomorrow. Just have him explain this place. I asked him what the fare is here, what the cuisine is here, because there's a lot of meat, there's a lot of protein on this menu, and there's a lot of balls. I mean, they like to ball their meat, crab balls, chicken balls. I mean, whatever. They got balls. They've got a fetish. Is what they've got. He called it coastal fare. It's Atlantic coastal fare, and I guess they like their balls on the East Coast because it's like chicken balls. By the way, in case you're completely Beavis and Butthead out there, we are not referring to the testicles of a chicken. We are referring to just chicken meat that is shredded, ground, whatever, and rolled into ball form, and then fried, not breaded, but fried, so it's crispy without bread. And then they douse it in buffalo sauce and blue cheese. It's freaking amazing. It's their answer to the boneless wing, but it's way, way better. So I haven't had the crab balls yet, but we'll I mean, I would think that. I mean, how could it be bad? I mean, I'm sure they just take crab. I'm assuming they take crab meat and ball it up, rather than again remove the testicles from an animal and serve it to you as an appetizer. At least I'm hopeful that is not the case. So anyway, as it is our routine here, we have the rotating co-host chair. And today, it's another Facebook friend of mine, Jason Lindsay. And Jason and I have hung out a few times. So this is not our first face-to-face meeting. Some of these guys, it's been my first face-to-face meeting with them. Like day one of the show, Daryl Sorensen showed up. And he's a guy who, basically, we run into each other on Facebook on an almost daily basis because he's a nice guy, he's a supportive guy. And when it was time to lift the lid on the show, he was more than willing to get down here and be volunteer number one. And for that, we were very grateful because by day number 2, nobody was volunteering, so we had to change the system. But Jason's let's do a little get to know him. Jason Lindsay, the man with 2 first names. And it's a good thing. Can you imagine if you ever been married abroad named Lindsay? Lindsay? That'd be messed up. She'd have to hyphenate. She'd be forced to hyphenate. Or she'd just have an idiotic name. But Jason, let's just do a little backgrounding. I mean, I know you're from a hick town. You're a small town guy.
I am.
But now you're an uptown guy. Living in your uptown world. Well, tell us who is Jason Lindsay, and what makes him tick?
That's a good question.
And how have you not picked up a chicken here? I thought you were like a ladies' man. I thought you were a swordsman.
I've been here. Who told you that? I've been here 15 minutes, so give me some time. I'm waiting for after the show. I'm more of an after show kind of guy. Okay. Well, you're on your way to the Twins game, so you are one of these pre-gamers. We're trying to get some pre-gamers in here. But I'm serious. We're trying to get to. You're from what small town are you from? I'm from Blooming Prairie, Minnesota. Population not even 2,000 people. No stoplight. Never has had one, and probably never will.
What part of the state is that in?
It's about 85 miles straight south of here. South of Owatonna, 17 miles. North of Austin, 15 miles.
So not exactly God's country.
Well, they might disagree with you. I don't know. It's a lot of farmland around there.
Yeah. I mean, if you're going to travel, I don't know. You know what? When you travel in any direction out of the metro area, anything other than north kind of gets a bad rap, and I don't know why that is. I mean, St. Cloud is no great shakes. I mean, I've been there. It's kind of a blue-collar burg. It's all right, nothing special. But, I mean, you go west, I mean, there's some decent. I mean, I'm spending a little time in Buffalo these days. Not you know. I mean, it's not my first choice, but it's a pretty decent spot. I mean, big lake. You know, they got the stores. They got any place that's got all the fast food chains. I'm cool with it.
Yeah.
I mean, I got what I need. It's the necessities. I bet you Blooming Prairie does not have a McDonald's.
No, but it has a Subway and a Dairy Queen. What else do you really need?
Dairy Queen really goes into small town America. Have you noticed that?
Yeah.
And I bet they clean the hell up too.
Yeah, it used to be a Tasty Freeze back in the day, but it's been a Dairy Queen.
Yeah. Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
What, in 1922?
I'm dating myself in that name, but that's now it's the Dairy Queen, and it's going strong.
Yeah. Okay, so now, so Jason Lindsay Country Mouse grows up and he wants to be Jason Lindsay City Mouse. So he comes to the big city. Now you live in uptown. Well, I mean, I've known you for a little while now, and you've explained your weird job to me before. But basically, you travel to Green Bay every other week and tell health clubs how to run their business, and they pay you for that. That's really what a scam. I'm fortunate enough to be in Green Bay right now, or unfortunate, depending on your point of view. I'm self-employed, so right now I'm spending a lot of time in there. But I'm a fitness business consultant. I help gym owners. Fitness business consultant. Yeah. I mean, what a made-up piece of crap. Pretty much, yes. Fitness business. Yeah. So you're telling me idiots in Green Bay can't run gyms? Well, it's not easy when the whole state doesn't want to work out. I mean, that is an inherent problem. Well, I mean, it really is. There is I will say this: there is a difference between Minnesota and Green Bay when it comes to fitness level. You think so?
And
yes.
hygiene.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I haven't seen the inside of a gym in years. So I mean, I don't want to be too hypocritical. Well, when you get outside the walls of this gym that I'm working at, it is pretty amazing. The lack of fitness level. Well, kielbasa is not a health food. Yeah, well, neither is copious amounts of cheese. Oh yeah, or gallons of beer. Gallons of beer, yes. Yeah, and I'm surprised that they even allow the brewing of light beer in the state of Wisconsin. Well, I don't think too many people choose it. No. Oh, hell no. I don't think they are completely aware of it, to be honest. But speaking of my hometown of 2,000 people, yes, there's 2 bars in that town. Okay. A town the exact same size in Wisconsin would have 10. Oh, I'm not making that up. Well, you know what? That's kind of what Delano is like. Have you ever been to Delano? Yes. I don't know how big Delano is. Oh, no, not Delano. St. Bonifatius. I'm thinking of St. Bonnie. I've been there as well. But cause if you're heading out Highway 7 west, you hit St. Bonnie before you get to Watertown, or before you get to Highway 10, and before you get to Waconia, and you come to this 4-way stoplight. It's harmless enough. There's a Quick Trip on your left and a Holiday on your right. And Quick Trip, by the way, might be the greatest place. I've fallen in love with Quick Trip. Thumbs up. I mean, it's not. I mean, nothing against Holiday or Super America. I mean, that's what I always think a convenience store, gas station should or could be. It's just it is what it is. Quick Trip is like a legit store. I mean, it's like with a bakery and produce. Right, I'm not a big shopper, but the food is outrageous. And you're not a coffee guy, but they have the most phenomenal coffy, and they give away the free creamer and all that crap. I'm telling you. It's outstanding. I mean, they have as good a lunch as any fast food joint you'll ever go to. And I know that's not, I'm not calling them 4-star, but I mean, I'd just as soon go there for lunch as like a McDonald's or a Taco Bell. I mean, that's saying something. Well, not Taco Bell, but the bottom line is you get to that four-way stop in St. Bonnie. Now, it's not a big town. I don't know the population, but you take a right turn, and it is just bar. And then like motorcycles lined up like at Sturgis. Right. It's like, where are these people coming from? I mean, there's some drinkers out there. There's some people just coming out of the woodwork when it's happy hour. I mean, Minnesotans don't mess around. But no. I mean, we work out, damn it. We work it off the next day. We get to the gym and feel guilty. Some of us. Well, I don't. I mean, I feel guilty, but not guilty enough to go to the gym. So Jason is our sidekick du jour. That is a rotating thing, and we've been taking reservations. And if you're somebody who wants to do it, it's awfully easy. I mean, you just contact me on social media, Twitter or Facebook. Those are the only two I'm on. Instagram can suck it. I mean, please, I'm not going to get on Instagram. What a chick thing that is. I'm not going to get on Instagram. I mean, I have no interest. You'll never catch me on Instagram. So, yeah, find me on Twitter. Never say never. Well, I never thought I'd do Twitter or Facebook, but thank God I did. I mean, you'd be lost in a gig like this without them. And not to mention the support that I get from people on both is unwarranted and ridiculous, but well appreciated nonetheless. But back on point. Was there a point? Were we ever on point? Have we made a point yet?
No.
Let's see. Well, we got 50 more minutes, so we got to find a point.
We've been rambling about Green Bay and small towns and drinking.
Yeah, but seriously, when Homer Simpson jumped up and said, "In your face, Milwaukee," when Springfield was named America's fattest city, that really does say it all. That says it all. Milwaukee is. Milwaukee is what it is. It's an ugly. It's Minneapolis's ugly cousin.
Milwaukee is.
Yeah.
It's
ugly. It's Minneapolis's ugly.
Have you spent time there?
Milwaukee?
Yeah.
Only 3 days at a time when I worked for the Twins.
Yeah.
And that's plenty.
Yeah.
The 3-day stretches. Yeah. And also, I was also there for a couple of different WCHA Final Fives back in the day when it was kind of rotating between, and again, a 3-day stay. Plenty of time. You see the sights. You really do. It's kind of like Vegas, but in a reverse way. Like Vegas has too much going on, and if you're there for more than 3 days, you're going to need an IV, right. Or you're going to need something. But Milwaukee's like the opposite. It's like there's not enough to keep you more than 3 days. Well, it's the anti-Vegas.
They have 80s bars that have been 80s bars since they were 80s bars.
Well, they got 80s bars, yeah. Those are the cutting-edge places that are opening, like right now.
They're totally, I heard Tone Loc while I was there. I didn't know Tone Loc. I didn't know you were allowed to still play Tone Loc.
I can't.
Is that Funky Cole Medina guy?
I think it was Funky. It might have been Wild Thing, one of his other numbers.
He's the Wild Thing guy. Who did the Big Butt song?
Oh, that was.
Sir Mix-a-Lot.
Yeah.
See, I got street cred.
Yeah.
I don't think I don't have street cred. I met MC Hammer. I shook MC Hammer's hand. But of course, he had no street cred. So what did that do for me? But I met him when I worked for the Twins. I met a strange, kind of eclectic list of non-baseball celebrities through odd circumstances. MC Hammer. I remember at the time. He was a clubby for the Oakland A's. He was basically one of the guys who worked in the clubhouse. Charlie Finley, took a liking to him. But so that was kind of his baseball in. But I remember at the time I was like 20, and I was dating a girl who was 18. I was 21. She was like 18, I believe. Well, she better have been.
As far as you know.
MC Hammer shows up. I don't have a clue who he is. I've never even heard the name. I haven't heard a song. I haven't heard his name. I don't know what parachute pants are. I just see a guy with a lot of gel in his hair and just shiny baggy pants. And I run to the phone and I call my girlfriend at the time and I say, "Do you know who MC Hammer is? You care about this guy?" And she freaks. So I got some couple autographed baseballs from him. I didn't know he's a big deal. I didn't know you can't touch
What year
this.
was this?
89?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Was it before or after You Can't
90?
Touch This?
It was no. It was You Can't Touch This. It was just coming out. It was just coming out. It was out. People knew it. They were playing at the clubhouse while he was there. So I should have known. But I would never have my finger on the pulse of pop culture, even when I was 21. And I was never a hip hop guy ever, even when I used to be black. So it was just never my thing. So I got to meet MC Hammer. He came in and he suited up and he took BP. He couldn't hit his way out of a bag. But the coolest one might have been Tom Selleck. Tom Selleck. Remember when he did the Mr. Baseball movie? Or what was it called? You remember that he was a baseball player and he went to Japan?
I vaguely remember this.
I don't know if it was Mr. Baseball. I don't remember what it was called.
It was called Mr. Baseball straight to DVD.
Well, it wasn't a terrible movie, to be honest with you.
I don't even remember
it was okay. We're just, a guy, an established, aging major league star who's, on the downside of his career, going to Japan to milk it for a year or two or whatever, and just
with a big mustache.
Yeah, and he's like a dyed-in-the-wool, baseball guy, hardcore old school baseball guy, and he couldn't get become accustomed to the Japanese customs. It was just, it was okay. It was nothing special. But
it's not the natural.
But you know what? In order to research, what it's like to be a big league ball player, Tom Selleck, he took it seriously. He toured. He went on a tour basically of major league ballparks, and he would be, for all intents and purposes, a member of that team for a day. He'd show up when the players did. He'd suit up. He'd go down and stretch. He'd be in a regular BP shift. He'd go on. He'd take infield. He wanted to get down the daily routine of being a big league ball player. His role was pretty convincing. He was somebody. His character was somebody who took all the little nuances and things of our game, of our American pastime, very very seriously, and acted. I'm somebody who was in a big league clubhouse washing jocks for 6 years. I know how ball players talk and act and how seriously they take certain things and blow off other things. He fit the bill. I guess maybe the role was written well, but he did his research and he did. But it's kind of cool. I've seen Tom Selleck naked, so suck it. I mean, don't suck it. But you know what I mean. But I mean, I've seen Tom Selleck naked. I have. For what it's worth. I mean, he showered. I wasn't there checking him out. I mean, I was working. I work. That's what I did. You're unimpressed by that? Unimpressed? Who's the most famous person you've seen naked?
You scrubbed his back.
No, I didn't touch him. I was not within the shower, enclosure. I was just a shower adjacent, doing work. All right, just back off, man. Just back the hell off. But it was okay. Who's the most famous person you've seen naked?
Wilford Brimley.
You seen
really?
No, kidding.
No, I never get old. You won't ever die.
Yeah.
That would be really creepy.
I don't know that I've ever seen a famous person naked. That's an interesting.
Well, yes, yeah. Ron Jeremy.
I have,
but in person, like.
In person. Yeah. Well, did you ever go porn stars go on tour. I never really realized this until I worked at KFAN, but porn stars go on tour, and they tour strip clubs.
I sat next to Ron Jeremy at the.
Well, he's not
the kind.
Airport. The women go on tour. I don't think the men go on tour because nobody wants to watch Ron Jeremy dance. But the women go on tour and they appear at local establishments, and I know this because a sales guy that I used to work with at the Fan named Adam King was in charge of all these accounts, and he would always go to the airport to pick up porn stars. That's porn stars / strippers. I guess
what's the difference?
So the line is very blurred these days. It's really a shame.
Yeah,
it's really a shame because the one is not the same as the other. I mean,
can you say all porn stars are strippers, but not all strippers are porn stars? Is it kind of like that?
You know what? The line has gotten so blurred. I don't know which way it goes now. I mean, once upon a time, a porn star was a porn star, and a stripper was a stripper, and a hooker was a hooker. But God bless you if you can tell them apart now. And trust me, I've made the mistake more than once. I mean, if you stuff a dollar bill in a porn star's garter, like back in the day, she'd kick you. I mean, heel upside the head. I mean, spiked heel upside the head.
That was offensive.
Yeah, don't offend her like that. She's big bucks. She's got a contract with a studio. She's driving a Volvo. I mean, she thinks she's the shit. I mean, it is what it is. But you try to give her a dollar bill in the panties or something. It's very insulting. It's very insulting. Or you offer her, or you ask her, she'll blow you for $20. You might have to take that out. You might have to take that.
Well, yeah, we have to talk about really sports at all. We've already gotten.
Did you see me spit? I was so upset by that. I was so upset by that statement that I spit everywhere. I mean, that's the second day in a row.
To do what for $20?
That's the second day in a row that I have absolutely just destroyed the equipment with my spit, with my saliva.
Yeah, we're going to need that.
As long as you didn't get in my beer, which is a heck of a pale ale, by the way.
I look that way. I don't know why. Just to see if Sean was on the dump button. And there's no such thing as a dump button. It's a podcast.
Mute. We got to mute.
Well, that's not the same. We're not on. Well, I guess. Hey, come on.
See,
I guess we are on delay, technically, and as much of a delay as anybody wants us to be. It's up to them. But anyway, let's try to reel it back in. See what happens when I talk slow and take my time. I have time to think about how perverse I want to be, and then things really go to hell. So people should let me talk fast. I mean, that way it just careens, and I can't help myself. But we'll talk a little bit of sports. Jason's a big golf guy. I am too. I mean, I used to play a ton of golf. I have noticed that the amount of golf you play. And there's a definite ratio between the amount of golf you play and the amount of golf you watch. And the less I play, the less I watch. I mean, there's no doubt about that. I used to be, like when a major would roll around, I mean, I would be in front of my TV, early Thursday till dusk Sunday, and then watch, every minute of coverage that you can get. Especially if it's the U.S. Open. I mean, you don't get more coverage than you do of the U.S. Open and the PGA Championship.
Masters is pretty big.
Well, the Masters has improved, but they still skimp compared to the other ones.
Yeah, but on your smartphone and stuff, you can watch.
You can watch. Well, it's available on many platforms, but it's still only available a couple hours a day on Thursday and Friday. Like the U.S. Open, I mean, they will start covering it live at 7 a.m, and they won't sign off until like 8 o'clock at night.
Right.
I mean, they'll go live until everybody has gone through. I mean, just about everybody's gone through. Which, I mean, they'll do it at the British Open, too, if you want to get up at 3 in the stinking morning, which I just don't. I mean, you can tell me who hit it in the heather and got it out of the gorse when I get up at 10. I mean, and I love the tournament. I love the event, but it's such a god-awful hour. So unless I'm, nearly situated or situated close by to a DVR, I just don't watch it the way I used to. But not playing golf as much as I do. I don't watch as much as I used to. But the Ryder Cup is this weekend, and it is a very coolly unique event, or a uniquely cool event. I'm not sure which. But it has always interested me, and I'll never forget the Sunday in Brookline. I mean, I remember I was at Canterbury Park. As a matter of fact, I think there was a Viking-Packer game that day. And this is back before... I think it's before PA was calling games. I was hanging out with him at Canterbury.
September '99.
I mean, so we're gonna watch the. It is before he was calling games because it was our second year of doing the show. So we had some sort of we're going to watch. I don't know if it was just a casual get-together of friends. We're going to watch the Packer game, or if it was an actual promotion. But as we were waiting for the Packer game, we're watching Ryder Cup, and it was the one thing that will always stand out to me from that game or from that day is that
the ugly shirts.
Rich middle-aged white guys can't high five, and,
right.
they just make asses of themselves when they try to celebrate. I mean, breasts jiggling as they run across the green and jump into each other's arms. It's almost like if they were trying to just look stupid. I mean, They couldn't high five, they couldn't celebrate. Didn't they all look like idiots? Every celebration.
They had the ugliest shirts on the planet. Also, that didn't help.
Yeah. But I know that it was a day of raw emotion, and
led by Tom Lehman, our own Tom Lehman, by the way.
Yeah, was he out early?
He was the first.
Was he the first? Huh.
Yeah,
he led the charge. I mean, but those were U.S. Open. Those were Ryder Cup teams that were. I mean, they were loaded with veterans and guys who you'd been watching your whole life. I mean, now it's kind of a young guns thing. The one that we won a couple years ago. When did we win? It was surprised 4 years ago.
When's the last time we won?
We won without Tiger. The last time Tiger was out, it was on home soil.
Okay.
It was a few years ago, and we had guys that I had barely heard of. I mean, seriously, we had a couple of guys like, that guy's a Ryder Cup. I mean,
right.
Like caught me off guard. Like not Boo Weekley. Maybe Boo Weekley was, but it was one of those hillbilly
Sounds
guys.
accurate.
It was one of those hillbillies. I mean,
yeah.
one of those. Not Bubba. I mean, I know Bubba Watson. I mean, everybody knows Bubba Watson. He's got 2 Masters for God's sake. But it's one of those other hillbillies that he hangs out with.
Yeah.
But I'm just like watching some of these people think, who are some of these guys? I mean, that was the group that stepped up and actually won it, and won it without Tiger. And you're all fired up that Tiger's not in it this time because you just think he's a me guy.
Well, he's not a team player, and I mean that's established. His Ryder Cup record sucks, and I'm not saying. I think maybe in his older years now.
You think he's going to mature?
I think if he was in the Ryder Cup. I mean, okay. If you ask me, would I take Tiger if he was healthy? Sure, but because
wouldn't it be great to have him and Rory on Sunday?
Yeah, but because he's not there, it's all good. I mean, I think we have to use it to our advantage.
You know what sucks is we get destroyed in 4-ball. I mean, there's 4-ball and there's 4-sums. 4-ball is everybody plays their own ball, and you go with your team's lowest score. Like you and I play, I get a 4, you get a 5. Our team scores a 4. It's just that simple. It's just best ball. It's a simple 4-man best ball. Foursomes is alternate shot, which is like a 2-man scramble.
Right.
It's exactly what that is. Which
well, it's not. Yeah.
It is. It's a 2-man, isn't it?
That's not a scramble. I mean, you're playing alternate shot.
Oh, my bad. It's alternate shot. You're right. It's alternate shot.
They don't do a scramble, which I wish they did.
Don't they do that in President's Cup?
No. No. I don't think they do it in
President's Cup is a slightly different format, but whatever. Yeah, what am I thinking? Yeah, it's alternate shot, it always amazes me what a stink they make when you put together 2 guys and one plays Titleist and one plays whatever.
Oh yeah, the ball they play has to come into it.
They get all pissy about which.
They're superstitious guys, though. I mean, you get used to your equipment.
I guess. I mean, so a lot of the times these pairings are made with guys. They try to keep guys together who play the same.
They
ball.
should make them play out of the same bag.
Out of what?
Of the same bag.
What if you got a lefty and a righty? A lefty and a righty, it'd be tough to put Mickelson with just about anybody. But the reason we dive into the formatics of it all here, we're not going to get too in depth about the Ryder Cup, but we get our asses handed to us in 4-ball.
It's embarrassing.
I mean, but 4-ball. I mean, 4-ball has a touch. It has more than a touch of luck. It has a ton of luck. I mean, you can't it's at the end of the day, your 2 guys might shoot the same score as the other 2 guys. But if you guys bogey the same holes, it's a matter of the old expression of ham and egg in it. I think if I hit one in the trees, you go out and make a birdie. Then you jack one into the water, and I go out and make a big par to get us a halve, and we move on. But the Americans go belly up together. You hit one in the water, I jerk one in the trees, and we take a bogey on a par 5, and we lose a ridiculous
Correct.
hole. I mean, there's a touch of luck. There's a huge touch of luck to it.
Well, it makes you wonder. I mean, why is it that way? Because we seem to do that. The Europeans seem to rally. Guy hits it in the Gorsk or wherever, and the other guy, hits
Gorse
it down
is the thorny bushes. The heather is the featherry grass. But just for you,
I just say
Gorse is a thorny bush.
So,
and I know you've run into a few of those in your day.
Yeah.
But I'm working blue. I'm working blue these days. I'm not proud. I've really sold out. I mean, I've sold my soul. Well, we are at the Devil's Advocate, so if you're ever going to sell your soul, you're going to sell it here. And we don't talk enough about this place and the fantastic food. I just had cheese fries soaked in lobster bisque with crab cakes. I mean, who the hell even thinks of something like that?
He didn't offer it to anybody either. You ate it all by yourself.
No, I gave some to Sean.
I'm kidding.
It was outstanding.
I gave some to Sean. I wasn't going to share three.
I had to bring my wife down here to.
Well, I brought a date here on Friday, and we had a hell of a time. We enjoyed ourselves immensely. I had a shrimp po' boy, which I've now had twice. I've only been here. I mean, what was our first? A week ago, yesterday was our first time ever here. So I've known about this place for 8 days. I've been here a half dozen times.
Please tell me she didn't have a salad.
I've had the po' boy twice. No, she. Oh God, I don't remember what the date had, but she enjoyed it. Oh yeah, she had the Twin City Philly, which is a Kobe beef steak sandwich. It's just a Twin City twist on the Philly.
Do they even have salads here?
Oh yeah, absolutely. We had nachos. She ordered up the nachos for the appetizer. She's a great gal. She's not a pick around at a plate of salad.
Dive right in,
she's when you take her out to dinner, you can be proud, and I am. So you've got me completely sidetracked. Oh yeah. So I don't know whoever thought that like French fries. I mean, we get cheese fries. I mean, cheese fries are a classic, a bar classic. But I don't know who's the person who takes it to the next step and puts lobster bisque and a couple of crab cakes on top of it. But it's got a name. It's called Coastal Poutine. And I'd never heard of it. I thought poutine was some cheese curd deal that you got in Canada and at the Minnesota State Fair. Right?
You're asking the wrong guy.
No, there's a poutine booth at the fair. And I'm not making it up.
I didn't even know how to spell poutine.
It's a French dish, right?
Well,
French-Canadian?
Well, it sounds like it. Poutine. It doesn't sound Slovakian.
Isn't Dubay French?
Yes, it is.
Well, you should know better.
Well, I'm very little French. I'm very, very, very Scandinavian. Just my dad. You know how it is. The male name is the one you take. And my dad's like a sliver French, and my mom is like almost full-blooded Scandinavian. I'm just like the rest of you. Well, you're Irish. I'm not just like you, but it's Scandinavian. I fit right in. It's Minnesota. My great grandparents immigrated from Iceland. So we're just like maybe 3 generations. Like back, like my grandmother's parents. My grandmother's parents immigrated from Iceland. So I'm right off the boat, really, when you think about it.
Just like Teddy Bridgewater.
I'm pretty much am.
Which by the way, so do you think Teddy will play well at home against the Falcons, or do you think he'll get beat?
No, I think Teddy's the real deal. I know that he didn't lead him on. Did he lead him on a single touchdown drive? I don't know if he did.
Well, they didn't even throw it to the end zone. He was on the 22, and they never took a shot at the end zone. Well, it was all short dump passes and runs.
Well, let's not forget that. The Vikings have had 2 games without Adrian Peterson, and they have been inept offensively. They haven't gotten to double digits in points in either one, and it's hard not to. It's really hard to be held in single digits in points in back-to-back games in the NFL. But that tells you just how just vast the level of adjustment is going to have to be for Norv Turner in this offense. They just no disrespect to Asiata, but there's no threat of a running game. They might as well put me in the backfield. There's no threat of a running game, and people know it.
Put 8 in the box without.
I would have loved to see Bridgewater get his debut, with the 7-8 in the box kind of a deal, and see if he could loosen it up for Peterson. It's just a shame that is not happening. I'm sick and tired of talking about why it hasn't, and if it's the right thing that it hasn't, and blah blah blah. I got people on. Like I said, for the most part on Twitter and Facebook, people have been great. I actually have people thinking that I'm advocating child violence on somebody on Twitter.
You said over and over again, it's not. You did not think what he did was right.
But isn't it sad that I basically as a joke opened 3 straight shows by saying, I feel I have to open the show with a disclaimer so people look at the wrong idea. I am not in any way advocating violence against children. I said, just almost tongue-in-cheek. It's so ludicrous. But then you go on and you just happen to say that Adrian Peterson, what he did was wrong and is worthy of punishment, but that it is not anywhere near what Ray Rice or Jonathan Dwyer. Ray Rice cold-cocked a woman in an elevator. Jonathan Dwyer beat the hell out of his wife because she wouldn't screw him. She would not have sex with him, so he headbutted her. Knocked her into oblivion because she wouldn't give it up. That's an animal. Adrian Peterson, again, I'm not advocating what he did. I'm not saying it's okay. I'm not saying he doesn't deserve punishment. But he saw a 4-year-old child, his son, deck another kid to the ground and said, okay, I'm a dad, I got to step in, I got to punish him. He just doesn't know the right level of punishment. He just doesn't, the way he was raised, you go and grab a stick and give a whooping, and it's not appropriate. I don't think it's appropriate. I'm not a parent, and I don't make the rules, and my opinion is just that. It's just an opinion, but I don't think it's an appropriate level of punishment. No, but I also think that this is a guy who just he saw his kid misbehave, and it's time to punish him, but he just doesn't have the parental skills to know what you do in that situation and how far you take it and what's appropriate and what's not. He's not a guy cold cocking an innocent woman in an elevator, and she might have been a loud, drunk, obnoxious pain in the ass. You cannot punch her. You cannot punch her in view of the cameras. No, I'm just kidding. You cannot punch a woman in an elevator under any I mean, that's just animalistic.
Only if you marry her afterwards.
That's just so she wouldn't have to testify against her.
Yeah.
That's just the whole thing's just sick. But
so let me ask you this: do you think Adrian Peterson should play this weekend?
No, I'm fine. I'm fine with it. But I do believe that again, that mob mentality goes too far. I mean, there's an article in the Pioneer Press today saying that or asking the question whether or not he's a Hall of Famer. People are wondering if his career with the Minnesota Vikings should be over. These are gross overreactions, in my opinion. I mean, fine. I understand. Even if the Ray Rice thing wouldn't have happened, I could listen to justifications that he should not be playing right now. With the climate of the league being what it is, there's no way he should be playing right now. I mean, it is what it is. He walked into a perfect storm, and he's got no one to blame but himself. But when people start talking about running this guy out of town, you don't ever see him play another game in purple, does he belong in the Hall of Fame? These are the definition of mob mentality, gross overreaction.
And what really matters is that he heals the relationship with his son and that he doesn't do something like that ever again, and that hopefully his dad and this son have a peaceful relationship the rest of their life.
And that some other goofball Texans might say, hey, maybe I should stop doing this too.
Well, I think the other thing that's going to happen is you can't tell me that Adrian Peterson was the only guy in the NFL that ever beat his kid.
Well, I mean, you had another player step up and say...
But ideally what's happened now is that all these other NFL players are saying, man, I would never do this. I can't do this again. Thank God.
Yeah,
Thank God they would never hurt their kid again. Unfortunately, this kid had to be a victim, but it has brought major awareness to... Well, not just him, but we've brought major awareness to violence against women and violence against kids. Mm-hmm. And I bet you there's a lot of players right now that were this close to smacking their kid or smacking their wife, and they're not doing it right now. And hopefully that lasts a long time.
Hopefully, and hopefully maybe there's some guys.
It's a cowardly act.
Hopefully, I'll take it even a step further. Hopefully, there's some NFL players out there thinking, "Boy, having a kid's a pain in the ass. I'm going to wear a condom." I mean, because Adrian Peterson could invest in a box of Trojans any time now.
And that's the other
seriously.
problem is that how much exposure did he even have to this kid? I mean, how much could he possibly have to this kid? Because he's got he had 6 of them.
Well, I mean, they got to make reservations.
What is the
they
number?
got to book
what
in
is
advance.
The count? 6, 7, 5.
Well, he had 7, and one kid died from.
I think it's
one
violence.
of them was
I would not be surprised if it's upwards to 10.
On Sunday before the game, I asked my friend Mark. I said, "What do you think Adrian Peterson's doing right now?" And he, without missing a beat, he said, "Probably fathering a child."
Yeah, I mean, just buy some condoms. I mean,
really,
or just pull out. Just do something. I mean, just do something. I mean, get a vasectomy. I mean, there's a million things you can do.
Yeah.
I mean,
he's probably due for one now.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, no one's ever snipping anything on me ever. And I'm 46, and I don't think I'm going to ever have a child. But no one. I don't care if I'm 80. I don't care if I'm 80. I'm going to be Tony Randall before I'm going to be snipped. I mean, no one's snipping anything.
I had one.
What?
Yeah.
Why? Dude, what are you, 31? What are you?
I was 27 when I had it. I'm 41.
You're insane. You're 41?
Yeah.
Wow. He doesn't look 41, does he? I'm not making a run at you. But why would you get a vasectomy at 27?
Because I didn't want to have kids. Problem solved.
Buy some Trojans.
$400, and 10 minutes later, problem solved.
One problem solved, but another one starts.
Full circuit to Adrian Peterson. $400. I think he's got that amount of money.
Well, but
10 minutes.
Come on. You can't tell me you weren't scared to death, and you can't tell me you didn't have to sit around with an ice pack, and you can't tell me you didn't go through a bottle of Advil. You can't tell me there wasn't some fallout.
All those things and more. Yes, it wasn't a picnic, but it was over in a few days, it was over in a few minutes, and a few days later, I was back in action, so to speak.
Back in, Jesus Christ! He's just way to drag us into the mud again. But I don't know. There are ways to avoid pregnancy that go beyond anybody snipping anything remotely near anybody's testicles. I'm sorry.
Well, like such as
pulling out.
Oh, that's a guarantee.
I've never had a kid.
I wish right
maybe
now
you have a low sperm count.
Thanks a lot, man.
Well,
that hurts, man. No, actually, an ex-girlfriend of mine. No, I don't want to go on this road.
You were tighty whities. You didn't know that.
No. I'm a boxer's guy.
Okay.
Always have been.
We're gonna play the.
I'm not gonna go down this road.
We're gonna play the NBC "The More You Know" sound effect right now. You know that one where they come on and they.
Or maybe Jason DeRusha. Good question.
Yeah.
Do you have to wear a condom? Do you have to get a vasectomy if you want to avoid having a kid?
That'd be great.
That's a good question.
That's a good question.
That's a good question. Well, I mean, that's just
surefire way.
I just never. I mean, the Sean Kemps of the world. I don't get it. I don't get it. I mean, it's.
It's irresponsible.
I get the fact that you are who you are and you get what you want, without having to
Sean
be.
Kemp.
Well,
an old school reference. I love it. What did he have? 10 kids?
It was double digits. I mean, Father's Day was a big deal in the Kemp household. I mean, it was.
And some of those kids now got to be 20, 25, right? Because that was a while ago.
Well, yeah, I suppose.
Think he's a grandfather?
Grandpa Kemp? Many times over. Grandpa Sean. Oh, there's no doubt about that. I mean, I don't think there's any doubt about that. Somebody. God, who was it who was just talking about, the fact that the original Dream Team went to Barcelona, and all of a sudden here we are, 20 years later, and Spain's a basketball power. And I mean, they're starting to connect some dots. And there's some interesting theories being floated around, and I can get behind a few of them, to be honest with you. I don't think I think there might not be some coincidences.
I had not thought about that. That's brilliant.
I mean, I don't know. I'm not saying Rubio is the love child of Larry Bird and some Spanish maiden. I'm not saying that. But I mean, Spain's rise as a basketball power, not to mention as a soccer
Larry
power.
Bird could shoot.
I mean, Spain has become a power in a number of sports worldwide. They become an athletic giant, and it's not. They never were before. But I mean, the Dream Team pays a visit to your nation. I mean,
when was that? 92?
Yeah, it was the early 90s. Yeah,
that was 92, wasn't it?
Yeah, I believe
22
so.
years. There you go.
I mean, it all adds up. I mean, you can do the math on some of this. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying. I'm just saying that. Just you people can draw your own conclusions. But the bottom line here is anybody, a single man for no reason gets his ball snipped at 27 is an idiot, insane maniac. I mean,
well, all those things.
There's something so wrong
all those
with
things, but not because of that. I mean, I grew up in Blooming Prairie. I mean, I was doomed from the start.
I just don't get it. I mean, number one, okay, there's nothing wrong with not wanting kids, and to think you're mature enough at 27 to think that you are never going to want kids.
Right.
Tells me you're really full of yourself. But maybe you're that mature. Maybe you're that mature to know what the future holds for you and your wants and your dislikes and whatever.
I love it that you did it. I really do. I love it that you have that self-awareness.
I'll tell you what. There's nothing wrong with not having kids. And I don't have kids.
Hey, I was.
But at 27, don't you think you might stop and think, at 35 I might feel differently?
Yeah, and there's a thing called adoption. And there's plenty of kids that need homes. Or families. I was dating a gal at the time, by the way, and she paid for half of it. So, what do you think of that?
I think that's pretty insulting. She wants nothing to do with your seed. Is all that means to me.
Yeah. I guess I didn't take it that way. I took it as $200 saved.
Well, you're very pragmatic. I'm sensitive. You're pragmatic. Yeah. There's a difference between you and I. One of many, thankfully. I mean, I can still father children all over the place. I could still be Sean Kemp in theory. I mean, I'd have to get a lot of women to sleep with me, like more than have slept with me to this point in my life combined. So it's unlikely that I become Sean Kemp, but I have it within me, so to speak, that I still could. So what do you think of that?
You got to have dreams and goals. I mean, I get it.
And yours is to just hump anonymously without any repercussions for the rest of your life.
Check.
Do you use the word hump? Because I haven't heard that one in a while.
Well, I'm trying to clean it up. There are others
right.
I could have used. I tried to keep it clean.
No.
Or at least reasonably clean. Speaking of girlfriends, by the way, I'm gonna get to a quick story here. On
glamour shots.
No. Floyd Mayweather. I'm not a boxing guy. But I mean, we all know what a scam and sham everything about boxing is. And you guys, neither of you guys are boxing guys either, are you?
I know so little about boxing.
Okay, well, he's got a reality show, and it's on Showtime, and it's basically it's called All Access. It's a reality series that follows him and his opponent leading up to a big fight, and basically it's on Showtime for a reason. I mean, because Showtime does the pay-per-view. That's just a way to hype a fight. And Mayweather, they showed some stuff on this thing from Mayweather's camp that got him in trouble. That got him called into the boxing commission. Well, one of which was a little situation where, here we go. Unsafe. Who cares about unsafe training conditions? That's really boring. I mean, it showed some unsafe training conditions where that didn't involve Mayweather directly, but it showed two other guys. Basically having what they like to call a doghouse fight to the death, but they just go into the ring and they fight until one of them can't go anymore. And it supposedly went 31 minutes without a break. And Mayweather said, "No, that was fake. They took breaks. We just made it look like a way for the TV show. It's all about ratings, blah, blah, blah." But they were also concerned with this. Now, I thought this was... I knew I wasn't going to find it right away when I needed it. Doggone it. It's always right there when you don't need it. Here it is. And then this is where you know it's got to be faked, or not faked, but staged. And Mayweather claims the things on this show are staged to hype up the fight. This scene was Mayweather's Las Vegas. Oh, I'm sorry. It was a scene of marijuana being smoked in the presence of Mayweather by I quote, a group of his girlfriends. So who the hell hangs out with a group of their? Nobody hangs out with a group of their ex-girlfriends. Of course, it's staged.
Ex-girlfriends?
Well, it didn't say ex, but if they're currents, they're going to be even more pissed at each other.
He's got a harem?
You don't put those people together in a room.
Yeah, I agree.
I mean, nobody's smoking weed.
Fire.
Nobody's smoking weed with a quote group of girlfriends. I mean, current, former. I mean, yeah. I think. I mean, they say that this whole boxing reality show thing was staged, and it's not real. It's not reality. Case in point, nobody smokes weed with a group of their ex-girlfriends, ex and or current girlfriends. Nobody does it.
I never have. I never have.
You might.
I tried to arrange it once, but they weren't having it. So.
But because you know what you do, you invite a woman and say, "Hey, worry-free sex. Come on over, gals.
Yeah.
Come on over.
Yeah.
No worries here."
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, take a number.
Yeah, but the ones that are looking on the 18-year plan, then they got no time for you. They got no time for you.
Oh, that just works out well for both of us.
All right. Well, I suppose we should talk a tiny bit of sports. I mean, we talked what, 2 minutes of Ryder Cup.
You know,
I think so.
And I'm not going to count boxing as a sport. I'm certainly not going to count the reality show that Mayweather produces for Showtime, a sport. I mean, boxing's such a scam. I can't believe people still pay for pay-per-view fights. I mean, they're so freaking expensive.
And you can steal it everywhere else.
Yes, firstrow.org. Just firstrow.org, people. I mean, it's 2014. If you don't know what firstrow.org is by now,
I didn't know.
I shouldn't have said that.
Yeah.
Well, it's a good thing this is a podcast. It's not over the air, because I could have just got them shut down. I mean, it's a renegade website that'll give you any
when
sporting
you get a
event
vasectomy, you lose some brain cells. I had no idea what that was.
Well, it's just somebody told me about it 2 years ago. I wouldn't know what it is, but it's every sporting event you want ever on the internet for free, illegally. I mean,
Nice.
you know the disclaimer that's read by me. Are we gonna have to cut this out? You're grimacing.
We're not promoting it.
Well, it's just no. I'm not saying it's okay, but I love it. But like when they read the unauthorized reproduction of the Major League Baseball is without the written consent of its blah 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 blah. These people are basically saying, "Suck it, Major League Baseball. We're showing all your games."
Well, it's not us. It's not like.
Well, it's not us. No, it's
it's
overseas. It's and they say that they give you warnings on the screen that if you're in the United States, don't watch this. You can't watch this. That's like, please. I mean, it's like it's free Sunday ticket, free red zone. I mean, whatever, dude, whatever. I mean, it's all. I mean, all the soccer an idiot like you could ever watch. I mean, I'm sure you just hunker down and watch like
soccer,
like Uruguay versus Croatia, and just
you think I'm a soccer guy?
You know what to it.
God.
Now he's going to storm off. I think you've upset Jason.
He kind of looks like Yvonne Lendl. I mean, you got a little Yvonne Lendl to you. You might be a tennis guy. You're a tennis guy?
No.
What are you? Seriously, what are you? What the hell are you? What makes Jason Lindsay tick? Have we gotten to the bottom
of sports? Watching sports on TV, no. Other than football.
You're on your way to a baseball game.
Other than football, no.
But meaninless baseball
Yeah, I go there for
against two dog-ass teams.
I go there because I'm a beer aficionado. I go there for
that's why you're here. 40 craft beers on tap.
Yes, and I'm drinking a pale ale from Colorado that's wonderful.
40 craft beers on tap at the Devil's Advocate.
What is the beer? Do you know?
You know what? I forgot the name of it.
It's important. I remembered poutine. You can remember the name of your damn beer.
I know. You'd think I would, but I said, dude, I want a pale ale. He said, try this one. It's from Colorado, and it's...
Oh, this bartender has got some kind of reputation. I mean, he's like a legendary bartender. I'm serious.
He's really good.
He's got a lot of ink.
I mean, but I don't know what makes a good bartender.
The more tattoos.
Well, I mean, he's inked up. No, he's a cool guy. He's a nice guy, very friendly. But I don't know what makes a good bartender.
They don't let your beer go totally empty and quick service. It's kind of big.
I mean, okay, I'm not trying to be a dick about it, but I mean, I don't know how.
You can't have ADD. You can't be texting on your phone. You got to take care of the customer.
I'm out.
You're out.
I'm out. But I mean, I could do this. I could do that.
Oh, yeah, well, that's anybody can do that.
For those at home, I just mimic the action of pulling a tap.
Yeah.
Or a slot machine, one of the two.
No, well, I would just push the buttons.
That's true, you lazy bastard.
Well, I think slot machines are idiotic, to be honest.
They really are.
But, I mean, the old people got to have something to do. I mean, they can't screw anymore. They got to have something to do.
Yeah, they can. They get Viagra. But who wants to see that?
No.
Yeah, all right. Again, we
once in a while.
2 days in a row, just straight to the freaking gutter. And I'm not sure that either day has been entirely my fault. I mean, I'll take a certain amount of blame. I mean,
like 80%?
We can cut it. It's a pie. We can cut it up. But I'm not sure that I'm the majority stockholder in this one. I'm not.
Okay, so the Wild started last night. They played a meaningless game last night
In Winnipeg. Yeah, it was their first preseason game. And I will point out for those who listen that we haven't talked any Wild yet. We are going to have a feature every Wednesday, Wild Wednesdays, with my good friend Tony Dean, who covers the Wild. He's going to show up in person. He's also a St. Paul cop, so don't mess with him. I mean, he's also I believe he's a Desert Storm vet too. So I mean, really don't.
My brother is too.
He's a cool dude. He's a really cool dude. But he was also a CO, which is a corrections officer. That's what inmates like me refer to them as. He was a CO at Ramsey County Correctional Facility when I was an inmate. I was an inmate. I don't think I've ever said that sentence before in my life. When I was an inmate, I'm just going to go over in the corner and cry for a little while. You guys finish up the show. I don't think I've ever said that sentence in my life. I was an inmate. Oh my God, I was an inmate. Jesus Christ!
You're just realizing it now.
Well, I didn't think of myself as an inmate.
It's good to get it out.
I didn't think of myself as an inmate.
Talk about
I'm just a guy. No. We're not going down that road.
All right.
I've worn my last jumpsuit. Unless I go to Halloween as Michael Myers, I'm done with jumpsuits. And that's. I'm serious. I mean, the COs would always tell us that anybody they know who wanted to go to Halloween as Michael Myers, so let's hit them up for a jumpsuit. Can you give me your jumpsuit? Because that's exactly what they look like. It's exactly what they got to do. You're just a bunch of unmasked Michael Myers walking around. A bunch of, but I mean, not to get into the dark depths of the workhouse. The workhouse is just a bunch of guys with DUIs, and I'm not going to downplay the tragedies of drinking and driving. But I mean, you're not in there with hardened criminals. I mean, you're not in there with mass murder. You're not in there with Dahmer. Yeah. I mean, it's just and once in a while, if there's a violent, quote unquote, violent inmate, they basically have one little ward that looks like a prison ward. I mean, and they lock them up in there, and they keep them away from sweet innocents like me.
Right.
Yeah. So I mean, it's just a bunch of good dudes who just either got a DUI or. The guys who smoke weed and couldn't get around their random drug tests. I mean, there's how many guys are in there for smoking weed? It's outrageous. And I'm not trying to advocate any form of drug use, but I was locked up with a lot of guys who just
really
can't quit. When you get on probation, if you are somebody who smokes marijuana, you are done. Because it's in your system for 30 days. We've all been to the
30
classes.
days.
We've all been to the classes. Oh, don't tell me you don't know.
I had no idea.
I mean, people who do the hard stuff,
like the class.
People who do the hard stuff, the crack and the meth and the coke. I mean, they can be clean in 48 hours, 72 hours, and they can get lucky and dodge a test or two. I didn't. I mean, I wasn't. Luck has never been my thing, but I mean, a guy smokes a little weed. He's done for 30 days. I mean, if you're on probation and you smoke weed and you're not intending to quit, you're screwed.
It's got to be odd for
you've got no chance.
Prison
Anybody on probation who smokes weed has no chance, and it's ridiculous.
If you're sitting here in prison for weed, knowing that there's people in Colorado, just in California, and Washington, openly smoking it's got to be really odd.
Yeah, you know what though? If you are somebody who is in the workhouse, then you're on probation for something pretty minor to begin with. If you've got to smoke weed that bad, then jump. I mean, just go to Colorado. They're not going to come track you down. If you're on probation, for shoplifting, they're not going to come find you in Colorado. Go smoke your heart's content. Just don't stay here and smoke and keep reporting to your PR. I mean, now I'm advocating for people to be lawless and become fugitives and go on the lam so they can smoke weed.
You're trying to help.
Well, no, you know what? I'll say this, and some people still, and I'm glad they do, contact me because they want to, talk about unorthodox recoveries or whatever, advice on this or that, and I have no answers. But I'll tell you this: I don't advocate, that you have to be completely, abstinent. I mean, I'm not. I don't say. I'm not necessarily an AA guy who says, "Oh, you had an issue with meth. Well, you better not ever have a Miller Lite." I mean, I'm not like that. I mean, I think too many things get labeled good or bad in today's society, when nothing truly is good or bad. Just things have got to either be. If some things cannot be taken in moderation. I understand that. You cannot use heroin in moderation. So some things have to be stayed away from. I would highly suggest to anybody, don't ever use heroin. I mean, please. I mean, that is one substance that I can, and I will also say the same for crack cocaine, because I don't believe crack cocaine can be used in moderation, because I tried for 2 years, and I think it's impossible. It's an all or nothing proposition, and you're much better off with nothing when it comes to a substance like that. But if you're somebody who buys a little weed from time to time and keeps it in wherever, and you smoke a little. If it doesn't control your life, if you don't become obsessed with it, if it does not take away from the things that matter in your life, then I don't think you have a problem.
It'll be legalized nationally, like anything else. There will be people who can't just recreationally smoke weed, and there are people that can't just recreationally drink beer.
It is different for everybody.
Liquor.
Exactly, it is different for everybody. I can have a beer and be fine. I mean, if I would have one beer, I don't want another beer. Some people can't smell beer without going on a tear, and I'm not making fun of anybody. I'm just saying it's different for everybody. It is. I mean, it is different for everybody. And I mean, people are so quick to label good or bad. Good or bad. This is good. This is bad. I mean, religion. People say, "Oh, that's good." Well, no, because in excess, you start bombing abortion clinics. You start having jihads. I mean, in excess, anything is dangerous. In excess, food. You need food to live. Well, in excess, you have an eating disorder. I mean, anything is bad in excess. I mean,
what's really annoying nowadays
it's good, bad
people.
is ridiculous.
Yeah, righteous people is what annoys me. Internet porn is another example.
What's that?
You don't want to become desensitized.
To what? What are you talking about?
Internet porn.
Oh, internet porn. In moderation. And, a guy who whacks off once a week to a little naughty
What is moderation?
He doesn't have a problem. He does not have a problem.
Once a week's okay.
But if he next to us are still eating, so let's be.
If he stays home from work every day and pulls the shades and becomes developing Popeye forearms, then he's got a problem.
Are you judging?
Then he's got a problem. No, I'm just saying he might have a problem. If it gets anything that gets in the way of you being a normal, happy, healthy, productive person, it is what I would. That's when I start to say, then you got a problem.
But what
I'm not kidding. I know a guy. I'm not going to use any names. I would say once every 6 months, he grabs himself an 8-ball and has a weekend-long party, and then he's back to work on Monday, and he doesn't miss a beat, and he doesn't do it again for 6 months. I'm not sure that he has a problem. I'm not sure that he has a problem. Do you think he has a problem?
How long has he been doing this for? Years?
Off and on. Yeah. But I mean, it's once every 6 months. Never misses a day of work.
If it never progresses, I mean, then
but the wild card here is if he ever got busted. I mean, then you got a problem. Yep. I mean, what's the legal system? Then you got a problem.
Well, it's probably not the smartest thing to toy around with.
I would not. Again, I don't want to.
Chemistry changes too.
I'm going to get misunderstood again here. I'm not advocating the use of any illegal substance. I mean, I would not. I mean, from my own personal experience, I'll tell you right now that there are things out there that you try them, and it's like my thought process, like not knowing what I was getting into, was I kind of thought, you know what, I'm going through a hellacious time. I think I deserve a little mental vacation. If I take a 24 to 48 hour mental vacation and come back, what's wrong with that? If I had any clue what kind of a grip stuff like that could take on you, or what kind of hold they could have on you from one try. I mean, here's how I phrase it to people, like when I speak at treatment centers and things of that nature, is I thought I was taking a little dip in the pool and I'd climb out when I was done. Instead, you are falling through a hole in the ice, and you are going to spend years trying to find your damn hole to get out again. I mean, that's the best way I can put it.
Did you have any indication you had a personality like that, or is that...
No.
Not with drinking?
I was 39 years old, and I'd never been more than a casual drinker. Never even touched pot, nothing. I mean, I'll never forget the morning after, thinking to myself, how screwed I was. Because I said, now that I know about this, what am I going to do? I'm screwed.
You can't unknow it, yeah.
Yep, so.
Speaking of abnormal people.
Yeah, hey, all right.
I'm going to be in Lambeau Field, at Curly Lambeau Field.
Yes.
For the Viking-Packer game. I've never been there. Is this something... now, number one, can I keep up with the drinking?
Don't try to keep up with
it. Right.
Are you a Viking fan?
Yeah, and an anti-Packer fan. I mean,
So be careful not to cheer too loudly for the Vikings. I had a full bottle of Mountain Dew thrown at my head.
I was wondering about that.
You know what?
I just stood up and cheered.
I want somebody to do that. Take a shot at me,
You know what, though? There's
Take
30
cheeseheads
that are there to back them up, though.
Yeah, but it's almost... Okay, no, this is good advice, because I'm not going to... I don't even own a jersey, so I won't be wearing purple, but I'll be cheering when...
That's all I did.
When Teddy Bridgewater throws a touchdown pass.
You're wussifying Vikings fans. Sean is
I don't want to get into bare-knuckle boxing matches with a bunch of heavy-set...
Yeah, I'm in a foreign town. I might not make it out.
I threw down at Ralph Engelstad Arena, all right? I mean, you got to be ready to go. I don't care where you are, who's surrounded you. Well, I locked up. I mean,
like assault?
I mean, a guy took a poke at the back of my head, and I chased him down until I caught him, and I locked him up. And I wasn't going to let go of him until either I got a poke at him or security showed up. I mean, I don't care how many Fighting Sioux fans are around. I mean, it's just you got to man up. You got to be you.
Yeah.
But I've never been to Lambeau. I mean, I've had some back at the old Dane County Coliseum. where the Badgers used to play before they got the luxurious Kohl Center, which isn't really very luxurious, to be honest with you. But the Dane County Coliseum was a madhouse. I mean, you could be treated like just absolute crap in that place. I mean, just you. I remember going there needing to scalp tickets, and I wore we all had Gopher apparel. But I made everybody stay in the car. I took my Gopher shirt off and went out and scalped tickets, and came back and changed back into the stuff in the car, because you're not going to get a ticket, and if you do, you're going to get the price just way jacked. Yeah. I mean, we had people taking pokes at us for nothing. I mean, to go for a score, you stand up and say something, and I mean, not to anybody. You just stand up and cheer, and somebody takes a poke. I mean, it was a bizarre place, the old Dane County Coliseum. People were lubed up in the Dane County Coliseum. I'll tell you that. So you got to. If you're not willing to throw down, then don't go. I'm not saying look for a fight.
All right, keep in mind,
but
we're going to have. No, another question though: do they have a shot? We're going to beat Atlanta this week, right? At the Vault.
I don't know.
And the Packers are going to lose to the Bears, and we're going to have
it's going to be an ornery crowd.
Isn't it going to be?
It's going to be an ornery crowd.
Thursday night game.
Well, that'll be fun.
Yeah.
And they'll start drinking at 9 a.m.
At 9 a.m. Yeah,
so
and I won't start till 5:30, so I'll have to play catch up.
Wow, it's too bad we don't have a Randy Moss or a Kelly Cam to go in there and stir it up. Just to go in there and stir the pot. Well, we were too nice. The Vikings might be too nice right now. I mean, who's our bad boy? Do we have a bad boy anymore?
I don't think we have a bad boy.
Well, I mean, people want to pretend it's Adrian Peterson. He's a bad dad. He's not a bad boy. There's a big difference there. I don't think we have a bad boy.
Harrison? No.
I mean, well, we did Jerome Simpson, but I mean, but he wasn't like a mean guy. He's just a guy who got massive amounts of marijuana shipped to his house and addressed to his dog. I mean, it's a weird guy.
He had it addressed to his dog.
I think it was addressed to his dog.
Nice.
I think it was well, that's what caught everybody's attention. It was a massive package that smelled like weed and it was addressed to a dog. And how many dogs? I mean, when you think about it, I mean, really. I mean, how many dogs?
Some dogs sit.
Like Fido?
I mean,
like Fido?
Well, they make dog treats out of weird stuff. I mean, you're familiar with greenies? I mean, greenies are like this. I mean, that's a dog treat.
Soylent Green? Who?
No, it's not an amphetamine. A greenie is not an amphetamine. It's a dog chew treat. I maybe thought he could slip it by, but whatever. I mean, Jerome Simpson's a weird dude. And certainly has got now. See, I'm going to say that he may have a legitimate problem with marijuana. He might have gone over that line where it's no longer recreational. And once it starts to cost you a career in the National Football League,
without it.
And I'll tell you what, I think Jerome Simpson is an above-average talent. Just if you could take all the garbage out of the equation and just set it all aside and just judge him purely on on-field ability, I think he's an above-average talent at his position, and he's out of the league because of marijuana. He may have a problem. I mean, that's getting in the way of your life.
Right.
Once it starts getting in the way of your life, then you probably got an issue.
Like Ricky Williams had with it.
Ricky Williams had an issue. Yeah, Ricky Williams definitely had an issue. But Randy Moss apparently had an understanding. I mean, do you remember? I'll never forget the press conference where he said, the NFL knows what Randy Moss does with marijuana. That made me think, I'm not kidding. At that point, I always kind of had heard some whisperings and things that there were certain guys in the league who weren't bad guys, and they were premier enough players that the league gave them a heads up when the test was coming. They said, "Look, we don't want to get you. We don't
really?
want to. We don't. It's marijuana. We don't want to.
We're doing a random test this Thursday."
Well, the league. You can say what you want about the league, but they're not stupid. I mean, you don't get to be the most powerful force in the galaxy, by being stupid. If there's certain players out there that their only vice was was a little herb from time to time, that the rumor always was that there are some guys out there that were given heads up. And I've
Makes
heard,
sense.
Yeah, I've heard there's a guy in Seattle that has gotten that kind of arrangement too, and maybe a migraine popped up from time to time. That had something to do with it. Well, yeah, I'm not saying anything.
It'll be legal federally sooner rather than later. I think.
But things that are legal on the street are not still necessarily legal.
I know in sports.
In sports, yeah. But I don't know that you could consider marijuana to be performance enhancing for a player. For a fan, I mean, I could see it. Yeah, it might enhance the performance of a fan or make the team seem better. But I certainly don't know that could ever be considered performance enhancing. But Jason, what do you think of your first time behind Mike? Did you enjoy yourself? It's been
awesome.
It's been our smoothest. I mean, it almost went off the tracks a couple times. It
went by quick.
Is it over? Are we still on?
Yeah, we got a minute left.
Okay. I mean, it teetered. I mean, it was if it was a train. the wheels on one of the rail might have tipped up a little bit, like going through a really hard turn, like in that Denzel Washington movie.
Right.
But it came back. It's like we all leaned to the left, and it all came back onto the tracks, and we stayed. No toxic spill, no derailment, no 6 o'clock news here. Well, at least I hope not. I've done my share of 6 o'clock news. I'd like to think that's in my past. But again, just a disclaimer: I am not advocating drug use, child abuse, child violence, marijuana use for NFL players. Not advocating any of them. So please use some common sense before you tweet me that I'm some sort of drug-riddled lunatic maniac who hates kids and wants to do dope.
And if you have any questions for Jeff or the show, tweet him at Jeff Dubay.
Yep.
You can download the show, share the show, subscribe to the show.
Please do.
JeffDubay.com.
Yep.
So check it out. We're at the Devil's Advocate Bar Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday at 5 o'clock live.
And if you don't listen to us, suck it.